like make you be guarded or like?
No, that would just kind of turn me off. Like,
why?
Because it's a little kid.
Yeah, and he's troubled, and he needs you, Robert.
He needs help.
And you can be the one to help him. Like, serious.
I am an accountant.
You just said on the last episode, I want black men to do better.
I can help him balance his checkbook.
You want them to win. You losing right now, son. You losing right now.
All right, look, I'll give him the illest advice he could ever get. I will, but I can't. I feel like, well, it all depends. Where's the dad?
Say,
not
he in jail. He in jail.
Oh, all right, I'm gonna
it's Lil Ray dad.
I'm stepping up. I'm gonna be dad and stepdad of the year. But I can't. Me personally, I can't come swoop in and save the day when his dad is in his life. Like, I'm gonna tell his mama, and his mama need to tell the daddy. Like, I'm gonna be like, yo, your son flat out told me his pops went upside his head with a shovel, and that needs to be relayed to pops. And if nothing happens between there, of course I'm gonna step up, and I'm not gonna let the kid get hit in the head with a shovel, or you know what I mean, just get physically abused. I'm not gonna let that happen.
So you're saying if you're dating someone and their child is involved in their life, you're gonna take a back seat? What if the child felt like you don't care about them because you don't spend as much time with them when they come over to visit you?
So that there's a conversation that needs to be had. Can I spend time with your son or daughter? Can I spend time with them? How do I spend time with them? Does it have to be all three of us, or can I go just with just him
or her?
What
if the child was having a hard time trying to adapt with the situation because they want their mom and dad to be together? So they're off the rip, they're just being disrespectful and don't like you. Yeah. But it's not because they technically don't like you. They just want their mom and dad to be together.
Yeah.
Right. Do you reach out to them?
The breakup.
Right.
Yeah, I think that's a hard one because
especially if they've been disrespectful to you.
Yeah.
Like coming over to the house, not speaking to you.
Yeah.
The mom is noticing that.
I feel you. I've always had friends that go through that.
Destroyed your game on purpose. Dang. Literally. What would you do?
How old are they?
Say 13.
Oh, they can't catch these hands yet.
No.
Yeah, that's a hard. I don't know. I'm gonna be perfectly honest. I don't know. I would have. That's a head in my hand situation. Like, I would not know what to do. Like, I've had friends that have gone through that with their stepdads, and I've seen both sides. Like, I've seen them be so disrespectful to their stepdad that their stepdad had to get aggressive with them. And then I've seen where the stepdad was just aggressive over something stupid. Like, he took a quarter. You know what I'm saying? Like, really? Yeah, something stupid. So I've seen both sides. I just honestly, when you see stuff like that, it makes you say, wow, he's not your real dad. He should sit down somewhere. Like, shut up and sit down somewhere. You're not his dad. But then I guess looking at it from a grown man's perspective,
because the person you're dating hasn't done nothing wrong. So would you leave? Would you leave her mainly because the kid is being disrespectful, even though she's a wonderful person to you?
I wouldn't leave because I feel like it's a joint effort,
and the dad is making it so hard.
Yeah,
talking about you in front of the child, blaming you for their breakup.
I would seriously have to have a conversation with the pops. Like, I would have to come to him and
what if she don't want you talking to him?
Then she needs to talk to him with me there. I need to write down what I want to say to him, give it to her, and we both gonna meet him, and she read that off. She don't want me to say anything. I'm a grown man. I'm gonna talk to him.
Right.
I'm gonna talk to point blank. I'm gonna talk to him.
But what if
like an adult?
He's aggressive and he's threatening to fight you and stuff, and she's like, "No, I don't want you doing that."
Like I tell anybody,
she's church going.
Look, I'm a grown man. Like I tell anybody that's ever tried to put their hands on me in my adult years, you're going to jail, and I'm gonna wipe your behind all over this floor. So you choose, because you attacking me. Like, this is all you. You gonna ruin your life. You gonna ruin your life, your relationship with your kid, because you're going to jail, and you're gonna ruin your relationship with your ex, the mother of your child. So you choose, because it's not gonna end well for you at all. Like, would you gonna shoot me?
How do you try to reach out to the child? Well, you said you don't know. You just said.
I'm all about knowing who you are before I approach you. Like, and this is even with dating, like, I wouldn't say I would stalk them, but social media is just social media. Like, you can go and find out whatever anybody's into, like, in an instant and relate to them because you know what they do. Like, kids post all the time about stuff that they do. Like, if I see that he's into...
So go on social media to see what they like.
Yeah, see what they like. See what they like to do.
They're coming to your house every other weekend.
Yep. I'm going to figure out what they like. And I feel like in the beginning stages, most kids aren't opening up to their stepdad or stepmom.
Not
Like, they're not opening up. They're not talking about... Yeah. Unless it's sports, because everybody relates on sports. But they're not going to talk about Dungeons and Dragons. Like, because they don't want... Like, it could be something they are insecure about, and they may feel like you judge them. And they only talk about these things around their group of friends. Like, you just never know. So if you figure that out, and they come over one weekend, and you got Dungeons and Dragons set up, and you got wizard costumes set up, the perfect play date for them with you. You connect with them just like that. Like, you put in that effort.
So pretty much you would do whatever it takes to create that relationship between you and that child.
Exactly.
So that.
But then what if the child go back home and say, you know what? I like Mr. Robert now. We played Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah.
And then he call over to your girl and say, oh, y'all playing board games like we used to play?
At that point, they being petty, Sam. Like, they just being petty. Like, at some point, you gotta come to the realization
and then they make
the
child not like you all over again, and you got to start all over again.
And how they do that? Magic?
Just by saying something, that's a lie.
That's a toxic relationship thing, and there's nothing I can do about that. So, what I do? There's nothing you can do. Like, if that child comes and sees you, has an amazing time, and goes home and they hit the reset button, there's nothing you can do about that. That's a toxic relationship. That's a relationship you're not building off of that at all. You're getting something, you're putting something into it, and you're not getting anything out of it. So why would I keep that going? Would never do that.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, even at that point, I guess you could say, is it even worth blending that family?
If the girlfriend's not doing anything wrong, she's really trying her best to fight for you and stand up for you. But, the ex is just having a hard time just getting over it. Yeah. It's bitter and getting more bitter. And has a girlfriend.
Yeah, exactly.
But still bitter.
And bitter.
And taking you to court and back to court.
So what are the ingredients to having a successful blended family?
Communication and persistence. I wasn't thinking about that until you just said, you're really trying persistence, because sometimes people do take a long time to process something. I was recently talking to my friend, and she was telling me, she was just giving me some advice about some information, and she was like, people process things differently.
Yeah.
It's not about them keeping a secret from you. It's about sometimes they have to process the situation they're going through in life before they can address it to their family and let them know what's going on. Yeah. So persistence, communication, and, quality time. Put in that time.
Yeah, actual real family time.
Real family time.
Yeah. Like put the phones up.
Like going bowling or to the movies or having game night.
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
And being down to earth and relatable. Yeah. I think that's really what it's about, is just being human when it comes to having a blended family and not having any expectations. Like, you can expect their children to automatically, coincide with your children. Like, that's two different pairs of kids. Or two different kids. It's just one kid may be more into hip hop and the other kid may be more into alternative rock. Or, somehow you got to find a way to blend it, which is there's something they always are going to relate on. See what I'm saying? But I guess all in all, it's about communication and quality time and that's the best way to blend that family.
Do you think she should go and have a conversation with the ex to let them know that you guys are getting serious?
I guess, yeah, I do.
I think that's important.
Yeah, that's important.
For that person to set that boundary. Yeah. Because if there's no boundary set, then she's going to continue to cross over that and not respect that person as important in that relationship. So that's a boundary that definitely needs to be set. Say, hey, I am in a serious relationship. I do, expect you to respect her as that new person, or respect him as that new person.
What if he's not involved like that, though? Is it even worth it?
It's not worth it. If he's not that involved, if he's not that involved, but he's involved enough to cause chaos in the relationship, I don't really understand that.
So,
what do you mean not that involved?
Like, what if he's around, but he's, let's say if he...
in and out of town?
Yeah, in and out of town, or he lives in a different state. Mm-hmm. Or what if y'all don't just get along like that, so y'all don't speak like that. Like when he picks up your son, he don't even come inside. You just say, hey,
I still think so, because even if he lives in and out of town, there's still going to be times where you guys are all going to meet up at a game, at an activity, or some type of social event that involves a child. Yeah. Like, say if they have a dance recital or a football game, if it's a boy, or basketball or track. But for a girl, she may take dance lessons or ballet or something like that. So I think it should be talked about.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
To warn that person, to let them know this is where we are. Yeah. You have to accept it. I know you've had a hard time in the past, but, I need you to start respecting the person that I'm with. Because for me, the kids see all that, especially if you have a little boy. Yeah. He's watching his dad. He's watching every move he make in that situation to see how he handled it. Yeah. And according to how you handle it, when a situation like that happens to him when he gets older, he's going to think it's okay if you didn't have that conversation. Yeah.
Like, if you have to set that standard. Yes. And God forbid they have to go through that, but
right.
You have to set a standard of communication, like a foundation.
Exactly. Or to just keep being a chain.
Yeah.
It just grow up and, right.
Yeah. And we've been talking about cycles a lot lately.
I mean, because I feel like that's a big ingredient to a lot of our insecurities in life. They start when we are children, when we're young.
Yeah, they do.
And we carry them.
What we see, like I told you earlier, it's like a lot of people are suffering from PTSD and don't realize it. Like, people think that PTSD and never been in a war. Yeah, it's not just from the military. Like, you could have PTSD from seeing someone get shot in front of you. You can have PTSD from seeing your mom get beat on. You can have PTSD from you getting beat on. Like, you can have PTSD from a lot of different things. And people don't realize that you actually are going through this.
Right. Yeah. You're absolutely right.
So, I guess given my answers today on being a stepdad, how would you rate my stepdad skills?
1
to 5.
5 being the best?
Yeah.
Maybe a 2 or 3.
Yeah, what? I was about to say.
With the Dungeons and Dragons joint?
Robert, you immediately said that you wouldn't, like, if a boy or a girl come up to you and just start expressing their lives to you, you immediately say you wouldn't be emotionally available for them.
Yes. And that's a big issue.
I said I would have a hard time with being emotionally available.
You said I'm not emotionally available. That's exactly what you said.
I feel like y'all coming at me right now.
I mean, it's just sad because the kids are coming to you like, hey, Mr. Robert, I'm feeling depressed
today. They're not saying, hey, Mr. Robert, I'm feeling depressed. They're saying, hey, Mr. Robert, my dad hit me. Hey, how you doing today? What's good?
How was that
what was for dinner?
How was that any different?
But I'm saying the way they come at me with it, I would just be like, what? Like, I wouldn't be able to.
And you would dip out.
Come on.
Pretty much.
Dip? I never said I would leave. I would say I wouldn't know how to deal with it. We would be sitting there